what does healing mean to me? My own personal journey. I would call it my long journey home to myself, because being a child of trauma and abuse, hard to talk about. It's like I've learned that not talking is safe, and talking is unsafe, and coming out of hiding, and it evokes the pain. So, and as I've learned, feeling is healing. So that, you know, if I don't feel, I can't heal, and I live in a very machismo world governed by patriarchal misconception. And so to not adhere to that, to not be a macho man, to not base my reality on patriarchy, I'm singling myself out. I'm exposing myself to vulnerability where the feeling of feeling is frowned upon. You know, I remember when there were a lot of like strange men protesting whatever they were protesting. I saw that some of them had shirts proudly wearing "fuck your feelings," and it was like, how could you even come up with that? Because if the way I figure is that we as males, we are taught to be tough, to take up arms, to go somewhere else and kill somebody, even if we don't want to. And I'm a I was a child warrior myself. I was trained as a 17-year-old as to be a soldier, and so I have the training to kill. I have not used it, but I have been trained by those people to take up arms against people I I may not even know, and that saddens and sickens me. That my culture, what I was born into, still applauds the value of war. So as I journey into myself, it's like I realize that no, I'm not I'm not a killing warrior. I am a spiritual warrior. I am I am a warrior who seeks to find peace and harmony in himself, so that I can bring that to others. Because to me, it's like without that, this life on earth is folly. It's meaningless. You know, the bells, the bangles, the jewels, the houses, the cars, the trucks, the motorcycles, the tattoos, the frickin' whatever else, nothingness. And it's like to be duped by the physical plane. There's no healing. It's a Babylonian fuck fest. It's like take what you like and take more of what you like, and screw everybody else. And to me, it's like, if I can't live in here, then I can't live anywhere. And it's like, so to allow the God of my understanding to massage my heart, it's like I enter that state where 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 the shitheads and the assholes and the troublemakers and the motherfuckers, they can't touch me. I see them. I see them acting out, and they act out of fear, anger, and hate. And I want nothing to do with those. I like I like to embrace my anger, but I'm not an angry person. I embrace my fear because it evokes a sense of safety. Is that is I'm cautious. I'm cautious, not fearful. So so And I will say, as a part of my healing, uh, I'm I'm a recovering liquor downer. See, I've spent, because my dad was scary and ominous, and and dare I say, possessed of alcohol, therefore demonic. Because to me, alcohol makes people fucking demonic. That's that seems to be its only purpose. It and I drank and used myself, so I know what possession is. But my dad, he the mayhem, the 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 mayhem that came about as a result of his alcohol consumption, it made him crazed, and it made him torture and abuse his family. Sadly, I know inside of him there was truly a good man, but a very injured boy. And and to me, it's like, if I don't heal my boy selves, then my adult self is going to be just like my dad. And and for me, the buck stops here. I will not hinder the progress and life of another. So the recovering looker downer syndrome is from looking into the eyes of my dad possessed of alcohol, which was, I mean, I mean, it's hard to describe that look, that that I don't know, that evil demonic look of alcohol possession. So so glad the wind's blowing. Feels so good. Here's Delilah the cat. Hello. Hi. They're just visiting. Hi. So so it's like my grandma, Tutu Catherine. She I visited with her a lot, and one time she just kind of looked at me and she just goes, "You look down a lot," and it was like busted, like but the beauty of that, she saw me. She saw that that's what I did, that I could not look people in the eye, and it was like it pained me because I was trained to like cower, like like the family pet, like you raise your hand to a dog and it cowers. That's how I was. So me and my 5 brothers raised in that. And we're all good men, all 6 of us. We are exceptional men. We are loving men. We are kind men. We are caring men. We are compassionate men. We would drop everything to help anybody at any time for any reason. So, whatever happened to us as boys that we observed in our father, who, who terrorized us, our mother offset that with this amazing grace and dignity and care and compassion that she had for us. And and she saw fit at one point when I was maybe 11 or 12 to ask my dad to leave. And you talk about a strong, deep exhalation of relief. So for me, to be able to honor my child selves, that that forwarding to me sitting here talking with you, it's like I said, this long journey home to myself is that I am now equipped and able to look into my own heart, look into my own being, and see that what happened to me and not because of me. That I did not deserve that. I was a boy. I was a tiny being. I was 8, 9, 10 years old, unable to defend myself against the drunken giant. There was nothing I could do, to to arrest his behavior. So, so there are many ways, but I know that my body still holds every weapon. It doesn't doesn't go away. So I have three things that I attempt daily. Self-acceptance, self-befriendment, and self-love. There's just there's so much fucking pain in here. And I just have to keep healing. Because it's like, if I don't, I'm going to get fucked up again. I'm going to think that fucking marijuana is okay, and it's not. It's not. That fucking purple-haired bud that I hear calling in the distance periodically. Charles, come join me. It's like, fuck you. Because it doesn't care if I live or die. It's like that artificial friend. It's like, but it quells my deep distrust of people, and it quells my deep need to alter my pain and my grief and my sorrow and my anguish and my depression. But the good news, look where we're sitting. Look at this beauteous day, that we met, that there is a God, the maker of air, Keakua, whatever great spirit, whatever I call it, it made me. And when I think of myself as an 8-month, 8-pound, tiny little just birthed baby, that that I spent 9 months gestating. And when it was time, I was birthed. And then I was severed from my mother, severed from my source. And I don't know if they spanked my bottom, but they held me upside down, whatever the fuck they did, and I freaking cried. And I think it was like the shock of going from aquatic to terrestrial. I think I just what is that searing substance that suddenly my tiny little newborn lungs took in what felt like fire air. Of course I'm going to cry. Whee! Of course I'm going to cry out. Ah, my little lungs. So that was the beginning, and it's like, so that tiny little 8-pound, 8-month infant is still me. I am still the essence of that newborn baby, blind, covered in placenta, naked, vulnerable, unable to defend myself against anything, and yet I'm wrapped in swaddling clothes. I'm put in a little box, and the Lord is full of little tiny beings, of which I was one. So I never want to lose sight of that, of this result is connected to that beginning, and it just kind of feels nice to be able to kind of see this journey, this epic journey, from childhood, boyhood, adolescence, early adulthood, army life, post-army life, being involved with women, that that part of my healing has been to partner, to be a partner, and to lovingly embrace and accept a woman in my life, to love, honor, cherish, and be devoted to. You know, even when in my being I'm still troubled by the past. That early on I was still troubled with the first woman. I I was not clean and sober. With the second woman, I was clean and sober, but I was just venturing into my sexual abuse journey and healing from that. And then with my last partner, it's like the composite of grappling with childhood, alcoholism, drug addiction, sexual abuse, and all of these elements. And it's like, how was I even capable of drawing another to me in that state, in that seemingly broken and helpless state? How could I what? But I remember in elementary school, the girls that I just loved them. I was just enamored of them. They were so kind and loving and warm, and they smelled good, and they were fun, and they I don't know. They just it's just like I've always dug women. I mean, it's just I've always just I don't know. And I just I don't know. I honor women, and I love their presence here, and I just they just they balance me, like a rough and tumble dude with, all right, come on in now. It's like, just and and just and just having the ability to just be comforted. The comfort of a warm person next to me. I think that's been the essence of every relationship. You know, we're not having sex, we're laying together. And a part of my healing journey has been to discern and distinguish between sexuality, intimacy, and 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 that sex is not intimacy, but it is a facet thereof. But the realization that true intimacy is emotional and spiritual sharing. And to me, that's been like epic. I mean, it it's been blowing my mind ever since I arrived at the conceptualization, however it came to me, but but the concept of spiritual and emotional autonomy. That 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 by being autonomous, I'm I'm not only able to journey into myself, but I'm able to journey out towards others, and to have that seamless connection between my spirit and my heart. That that my acknowledgement that I am creation itself. I mean, that just blows my mind. If I just stop and just think about being creation, don't got to go to a mountaintop, don't got to go on silent retreat, don't have to do anything else. And in that essence, it's like, wow. And I've kind of discovered like yoga, and I've engaged in that, and I'm not a very disciplined person. I never have been. I'm not very neat. I'm kind of messy, but I've been devoted to my healing for more than half my life. And 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 even though I'm in separation from my partner, it's caused me to return to me. And as difficult and painful as it's been at times, it's the creator knows. And I just, and I let myself feel the essence of my aloneness and my pain, because I know I'm healing from it. I know that my pain does not govern me. but I know that without my pain, I would not know the joy. See? So that's the beauty of it. So it's like the three words that I've been using are maluhia, aloha, ha'ole. And maluhia is peace, aloha is love, and ha'ole is joy. And and as I embrace those three, then I can evoke them. I can speak them and evoke them because they bring to me the essence of my inner peace and my inner well-being. That 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 I'm already okay. I was born of innocence and love, therefore I shall die of innocence and love. And and this big wheel called life upon which I ride, I can embody maluhia, aloha, ha'oli. That that to allow myself to be deserved of those, and and what I realize, oh, this is good. What I realize is that my three primary mentor tormentors, they must have really deeply hated themselves to have done what they did to everyone that they touch in a bad and wrong way. Through I'm a cult survivor, I'm a torture survivor, I'm a sexual abuse survivor. And those three men, they must have just been in such deep sorrow, pain, and self-hate. And forgiveness does not include forgetfulness. See? Now I can I can forgive them because hating them only hurts me. And when I stop hating them, I stop hating me. And boy, that thank you God for that, because I'm a recovering emotional cutter, and I have cut myself deep and long to try to take away the fucking anguish. Just wanting to kill those fuckers. So this is the essence of my healing. More to be revealed, because it's a beautiful fucking day today. And I get to be in it. I get to be a part of it. And I get to share it with you. And I'm learning to not look down as much. And that's really helping me to be, you know, a healing adult, a healing child, a healing spirit, a healing heart. So that feels good. That feels complete for now. So I'm feeling awash in peace right now. Maluhia, aloha, ho'ole. So mahalo, Ron.